I'm back. Episode 2 out of infinity. Probably. I don't know how long. I don't know how long I'll probably be 30 years old still doing Hi, I'm Jeff in my small bedroom with my twin size bed. My twin size bed. I've been having a twin size bed since I was a baby, since I was like 3.
I had a queen size bed since I moved to Henry County.
Shut up. Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is my vlog. I'm about to do a comparison to the two guys, to one of the...
Wake up, Jeff.
Steve Urkel. Okay, Steve Urkel versus Eddie Winslow. The comparison episode. What were you like? Or what are you now? Eddie Winslow or Steve Urkel? Two things. Eddie Winslow. Almost every girl liked him coming up, and especially in high school. He's one of those guys, like we was talking about how dudes always live off of their high school days.
No, losers, people that are stuck in their high school.
Yeah, okay. How people, okay, yeah, they're stuck in their high school days. That's what I'm saying, stuck in their high school days.
Oh, I think you said dudes in general.
Yeah,
some dudes.
How they plateaued. No, how they peaked. How they peaked.
Plateau was good because plateau was like a leveling out.
But they peaked in high school.
Right.
Or peaked at a younger age.
Right.
Like Eddie Winslow. How he got all the girls, but he couldn't keep them. Because he's always pulling that crazy stuff in the end. How he'll get almost every girl he wanted.
But you know, that was also like a TV show. Like, you couldn't have kids thinking that the jock who just always tried to get in girls' pants actually won. In real life, the guys like Eddie Winslow did probably have sex with 75% of the women they went after.
Exactly.
But on the show, they always made it seem like it didn't work because you don't want kids that are losers and kids that, you know, aren't like Eddie thinking that's cool.
And look what he ended up. He ended up plateauing at a certain spot. He didn't know who he wanted to be at a certain time. Like he said, he ended up becoming a cop. But yeah, listen, like you said, Eddie Winslow ended up becoming a loser. Well, he wouldn't say a loser. No, I can't say. Yeah, you can't say he's a loser.
You can't say police officer is a loser.
I'll just say that he ended up being that guy that girls end up getting tired of.
Yeah, he became that constant signal that gets normalized after a while.
Yes, Steve. Let's go to Steve. Steve was that annoying guy that no girls wanted, but he realized that he didn't like himself. That he wanted to change into an Eddie Winslow. Because Eddie, you know how Eddie always tried to teach him the ropes when he was younger? How he should walk, how he should talk. Basically trying to teach him how to be someone he wasn't. And he wanted to be what he didn't want. He wanted to be somebody else. So he wanted to turn himself into Stefan. What did it say?
Stare at the camera.
He wanted to turn to Stefan. And Laura ended up
crapping out too.
No, Laura became fond of Stefan. Then later on, because he realized that he started getting all the girls when he was Stefan, he loved it a lot. Like he wanted to stay Stefan. But after a while, he realized that wasn't him.
But Stefan became real.
Right? Yeah. Let me get there. I'm getting there. Realized that that's not what he wanted to be. But he wanted to keep Laura happy. That's the main reason why he wanted to do that. Because he was a thirsty dude that only wanted one girl. He didn't. Well, he liked Myra. He dated Myra, but he wasn't really in love with Myra. Why wasn't he in love with Myra? Curtis?
I'm sorry, I just got a job offer email, so I wasn't paying attention. Wait,
oh.
Say it again?
Congratulations. You look very happy.
I am.
Okay,
keep going.
Okay, say congratulations, Curtis. Everybody say congratulations, Curtis. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Curtis!
Yeah.
Back to the subject. Did Steve really like Myra? Was he really in love with Myra?
I think he's just like having sex with Myra. That's cool. She chose him, but in the end, that's a good lesson though. Just because they choose you don't mean you need to choose them.
Right.
That's
just because they're in love with you don't mean anything.
Nah.
It don't mean anything. Because y'all in love with each other don't mean y'all meant for each other. I mean, you should learn that in high school. If you still stay and stuff like that after you graduate college, if you don't know that by the time you get in college, no. It's still some people that's still trying to find themselves in college. But if you like close to my age, still trying to figure out if just because y'all love each other don't mean y'all meant for each other, then you need help. He realized that he was still stuck. He was still in love with Laura, and he didn't want to lie to Myra about the whole situation.
It's because he didn't really like Myra, like I
exactly.
said. It's just it was convenient.
He was being real. Because he didn't want to be a fake. He didn't want to be an Eddie Winslow. He did not want to be Eddie Winslow. Because he wasn't fake. He didn't want to be fake. Even when he made Stefan. He wanted to stay himself. He was that selfless guy that always used to mess up all the time. But he still wanted to help everybody out. He ended up making another copy of himself, turning him into Stefan, just so Laura could be happy. Even though he wasn't happy with that later on. What did he do with Stefan later?
Didn't Stefan like move out of the country or something?
I don't remember.
Something happened. He left town.
But something happened. So Laura was stuck with Steven. But if I can go back. But you know what? Steve, if y'all can help me out with this, Steve ended up, did he marry Laura? Because I realized...
Didn't he get married at Disney World? No, not Disney World.
He didn't get married.
He married. Yeah, if he got married, then it had to be with her, I think.
Yeah, because she realized that he was always real. He stayed himself. He didn't want to change who he was. And she probably realized that he was always real.
You know what else? Because similar to Eddie, Laura was popular in high school. And she was a girl that a lot of guys liked. But, you know, at a certain point, she just realized, you know what? It's better to be with, on a scale of 0 to 10, it's better to be with a consistent 5 or 6 than an inconsistent 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, other dudes might have been at 9 or so, but it wasn't consistent. She didn't really know, do they really love me? Do they really respect me? Are they going to cheat on me? That 5 or 6 that was Steve Urkel was consistent. He's like, okay, well, I know he's a lame, and I respect that, but I know he ain't going to step out on me.
I was in the dark room, dark room, dark room, dark room.